Hey guys, every time you get a check, every time you get paid from anywhere, do these 7 things. And if you're new around here, my name is Nima and welcome to the channel. I'm a corporate executive with over 15 years of experience in both sales and finance. My videos break down complex financial concepts to help you on your financial journey, whether you're just starting out or if you're already a seasoned pro. So guys, let's jump into today's topic, which is do this paycheck routine every time you get paid. So guys, let's not waste any time and get right into it. First, you've got to make sure that the person that is paying you the right amount of money. You know, if you're getting paid from a business, if you're getting paid from your job, you've got to go online to the HR website or to check your pay stub to make sure you're getting paid correctly. There are multiple studies out there that prove that up to 20% of all payrolls in America are actually incorrect. You've got to make sure that you're getting paid exactly what they told you you would be getting paid. In other words, check your pay stub. You've got to know what all of these acronyms are, and you've got to have a general idea of how much those things are supposed to be coming out of your paycheck. The fact is, payroll mistakes do happen, and the last thing that you want to do is to leave money on the table or get paid too little when you should have gotten paid more. So, know what you are owed. Double check their work, and if you don't understand something, just ask. Go to your HR department and ask them to explain it. I know several colleagues and friends that just assume that the money that they're supposed to get paid is legitimate. And unfortunately, they haven't even looked at their pay stub in years. But I'm telling you guys, you need to start paying attention. Make sure you track each paycheck that you receive. It can be as simple as using a spreadsheet or a notes app on your phone or what have you. You can write down the date that you were paid, how much you were paid, and what large deductions are taken out. It will also allow you to track any changes in that pay, like if you get a raise or a bonus. If something ever looks weird to you, you will catch it much quicker because you've been documenting it along the way. It will also come in handy if you are trying to make long-term financial plans. When you know how much money you are making on average, it makes it much easier to make good decisions with your money. It will also allow you to become much more aware of how money flows in your life. And the more you are aware of your money, the more control you will have over your future. Just to give you guys a simple example, I work in sales for medical devices, and I can't tell you enough how many times on bonuses I've gotten incorrect payments because the calculations weren't done correctly. And the same goes for the commissions as well. If I wasn't actually double checking every single line item of everything that I had sold that I should have gotten paid commission on, then I would have just lost that money that was actually owed to me. I've contacted HR several times to make corrections and get the money that I deserve. Now, let's dive into the second thing that you have to do every single time that you get paid. That is to create a zero-based, unique, written monthly budget, either on paper, on a spreadsheet, or somewhere where you can look at it retroactively. This means that you have to give every dollar a job by writing it down. And I get paid salaries, commissions, and bonuses. When you know how much you have, you set your budget to the amount so that it's everything that is accounted for. This means that every single dollar has a purpose. This is why it's called a zero-based budget. Now, you can call me weird, but I have done 192 straight monthly budgets in a row since January of 2011. And guys, I have never missed a single written monthly budget. I really believe in the power of budgeting. I started with 0, and now I have a lot more than 0. And a budget is a big reason why. Guys, a budget gives your money a purpose. Every dollar gets an assignment. It helps you develop the discipline, good money habits, and the skills that you need to become successful with your money. You don't need a fancy budgeting template. Just write down what you bring in and write down what you send out. That's your budget. It helps you monitor your spending, track what's coming in and going out, and it ensures that you're not overspending. A budget is telling you exactly where your money is, where it's going, what to do with it, or how much you should be keeping over time. Honestly, it's very empowering. But guys, before I dive into the third lesson that I'm going to give in this video, if you're gaining any value from this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. Your support helps this channel grow, so please show some love by smashing that like button, commenting down below, and subscribing. Alright guys, now let's get into the third segment. The third thing that you should do every single time that you get paid, and it's probably an obvious one, is that you should pay your bills. Guys, obviously it's true. Pay your needs first and then pay your wants. These are things that should be in your budget already. And just to let you know, on my budget, the top part are the needs, and that includes everything like food, rent, mortgage, utilities, investments, and the things that I need to pay for. And then at the very bottom of my budget list are my wants. So I organize these things well so that I make sure that any of the money that I do have is going to the needs first and then to the wants later. And trust me when I say I only spend on the wants when I really have to. Now guys, the fourth thing on my list that I suggest that you do every single time that you get paid is invest some of that money. And with that said, you have to find a way to pay yourself first. So if you've got a 401k match, you've got to be contributing enough to that 401k plan, and the same goes for a 403b match. This is one form of investing. And then there are other things like Roth IRAs, traditional IRAs, stocks, bonds, and index funds. Investing is how you build wealth. When you invest the money that you get paid, you are providing for yourself in the future. The budgets that you will have in 10, 15 or 20 years from now are being funded by the investments that you are making today. Saving does not build wealth. Your money needs to grow, and that is done by investing. The money needs to work for you. If you just keep it in your bank account, you're not going to get a return. And then inflation is going to bring the value of your money down. So you need to invest it into something. And yes, some people might think it's risky, but if you're investing in things like the S&P 500, year over year, you're seeing at least a 7% return. And again, as a reminder, the amount that you invest, that amount needs to be included in your zero-based budget. Now guys, the fifth thing that you need to do every single time that you get paid is prioritize saving, and that's only if you don't already have that fully funded. It's ideal that you have at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses in an emergency fund. And if you don't have that, then you should be saving every time that you get paid. It doesn't matter if your check is $100 or $5,000. You should save $10 or $1,000 if you can. The key is you got to be consistent. When you have 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved, then you're in a much better financial situation. It's always important to make your savings automatic as well. Remember, the point of savings is not to make your money grow. That's the point of investing. Savings is about access and security. And guys, the sixth thing that you should do every single time that you get paid is to pay off bad debt. If you have bad debt on something that is going down in value, then you should try to pay that debt off as quickly as possible. Bad debt is debt that is going down in value. Examples of bad debt include your car loan or credit cards. When you eliminate bad debt, you free yourself up. Paying off bad debt should be a line item on your budget list. It should be a bill in essence. Every time that you get paid, some of that money should go towards paying off your debt. And guys, lastly, the seventh and final thing that you should do every single time that you get paid is simply just treat yourself. Guys, when I say treat yourself, I don't say that modestly. My rule of thumb is the 3% rule. That means that 3% of your income can go towards something that is enjoyable for yourself. If you receive a $100 check, then you can only spend $3 on yourself. If you bring home $5,000, then you can save about $150 and treat that to yourself as well. And another thing that you might be able to do is you might save that 3% for a while and then treat yourself to something bigger later. That's perfectly fine. Guys, just be sure that you stay within your means and do not go over your budget. You should do a quick financial check-in every single time that you receive your paycheck. Take 5 minutes to look at your savings balance, your investment balances, and any debt that you may be able to pay off quickly. A quick check-in is a good way to stay connected with your financial situation. Many people try to stay away from their financial situation, but I advise that of course you don't do that. This method is honestly the only way that you could truly improve. When you look at your financial situation, you will become more motivated. You'll notice that your savings are growing or that your debt is going down. You might notice that you can invest even more or you can pay off bad debt faster. And you might also notice that your expenses are going up and that you should adjust your budget. Either way, whatever the scenario is, a quick review keeps you in control and keeps things moving forward. This is all about learning, discipline, patience, and delayed gratification. Many people get money and then they go out and they spend it. But instead, you try to come up with a routine every time that you get your paychecks so that you become better with your money over time. And guys, there you have it. The simple paycheck routine and the 7 things that you should do every single time that you get your paychecks. I've personally come up with my own tool to help with the budgeting process with the help of ChatGPT. Let me know if it is something that you might want to use or if you want me to do a video and explain it. Guys, I want to thank you for watching this video to the very end. I make new videos every other day. So I appreciate you watching this all the way through, and I'll see you guys in the next video.